The next topic we are going to start with is mathematics. There are various math functions, statistics functions, trigonometric functions, and various other operations that we can perform on complex numbers or polynomials. These all functions can be performed using MATLAB. There are various math functions in MATLAB like exponential, square root, logarithmic, etc. Even there are various statistic functions in MATLAB like mean, max, min, standard deviation, and so on. MATLAB also offers lots of trigonometric functions, for example, sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, and so on. We can also perform various operations on complex numbers. As we all know, complex numbers are important in modeling and control theory. Now, MATLAB also represents polynomials as row arrays containing coefficients ordered by descending powers. Now we are going to start with simple math function. Here you just create a function that calculates the given mathematical expression, that is z equals to 3x square plus square root of x square plus y square plus natural log of x. Now test this function with different values of x and y. I have taken the value of theta equals to 2 pi and value of x and y as cos theta and sin theta respectively. Then I have merged those values of x and y in the equation of z, then calculate the value of z. Next is statistics. As we all know, MATLAB has various built-in functions for many statistics like min, max, mean, standard deviation, and so on. Now we are going to start with min and max functions. So these functions are calculated by using max as well as min functions, or we can say operators in MATLAB. Like I have written the example as x equals to having some values. Now I want to calculate the maximum value and maximum index by using a max function. Just simply write max of x. Now I have found that maximum value is equals to 10 and maximum index equals to 3. Therefore, these functions return the index of the smallest or largest values. If there is more than one occurrence, it returns the first. For matrices, the min and max functions operate column-wise, and this function can be performed by default. Next is the mean function. The arithmetic mean of a dataset is usually called the average of the values. For a matrix, the mean function operates column-wise, and if you want to find the mean of each row, then you must pass the dimension of 2 as the second argument to the function, as I have written in the program on the right side of the screen. Next is harmonic mean and geometric mean. So these means are also calculated by using harm mean function as well as geo mean function respectively. Next is variance and standard deviation. So these are ways of determining the spread of the data. The built-in function which is used to calculate the variance is called var. And in order to find the standard deviation, you can just use the function std, or you can also find the standard deviation by using square root of variance. Like first find the variance of the dataset, then find the square root of that variance, which gives you the standard deviation of that data. Next is mode. The mode of dataset is the value that appears most frequently. So the built-in function in MATLAB which is used to calculate the mode is mode itself. Next is median. The median is defined only for a dataset that has been sorted first, means that the values are in order. The function which is used to calculate the median is median itself. You can just type median in the command window and find the median of any data. Next is set operations. These include union, intersect, unique, setdiff, and setXOR. All of these functions can be useful only when you are working with datasets. So I have written a program, a very simple program to explain all these set operations. Next is member function. So this function receives two vectors as input arguments and returns a logical vector that is the same length as the first argument. So this function contains logical 1 for true if the element in the first vector is also contained in the second, or logical 0 for false if this cannot be happened. Next is sorted function. This function will return logical 1 for true if the argument is sorted in ascending order, that is from lowest to highest value, or logical 0 for false if not. Next is trigonometric functions. So you can create various trigonometric functions and plot them on the same figure window, like I have done in my simple program. I have just plotted cos of x, sin of x, and tan of x on the same figure window by writing different different variables for all the functions. Next is complex numbers. The complex number is defined as z equals to a plus iota b or z equals to a plus jb. So the complex conjugate of z is defined as z star equals to a minus iota b. So now you can perform various operations on complex numbers to calculate various problems. Next is polynomials. Now, polynomial is expressed as given here: p of x equals to p1 x raised to power n plus p2 x raised to power n minus 1 and so on up to p of n plus 1, where p1, p2, p3 and so on are the coefficients of polynomial. Now here in this program I have written a program polynomial p of x equals to 5.54 into x raised to power 4 plus 3.2 into x raised to power 2 plus 8x plus 5.6. Now there are various other MATLAB functions like I, j. These are the imaginary units. As basic imaginary unit, square root of -1, I and j are used to enter complex numbers. Here I have also written the examples for the same. You can go through these examples by yourself in command window. Next is ABS, the absolute value of elements of x. When x is complex, absolute of x is the complex modulus of the elements of x. Next is angle. This is the function for phase angle, which is always measured in radians. Next is image. This function is used to describe the complex imaginary part. Next is real. This is used to describe complex real part. Next is conj. This function is used to write complex conjugate. And the last is complex. This function is used to construct complex result from real and imaginary parts. You can go through these all functions as well as programs by yourself in the by writing all the programs in the command window, so that you can grab all the functions whenever required, so that you can easily understand all the functions or the operations of all the functions. So this is all. Thanks.